The cerebral cortex processes sensory information, regulates various learning and memory functions. Reticular formation controls bodily function, breathing and blood pressure, arousal, sleep, wakefulness. The cerebellum regulates body balance, posture, muscular control, movement, motor skill acquisition. Thalamus sends input from senses except smell to cortex. Hypothalamus controls homeostatic body functions, temperature, sleep, water, and food, increases heart rate and breathing during stress. Amygdala controls emotions and aggressions, assesses harmfulness of sensory inputs. Hippocampus holds memory of immediate past and working memory. Corpus callosum connects right and left hemispheres. Occipital lobes process visual information. Parietal lobe process tactile information. Body positions integrates visual information. Temporal lobes auditory informations. Frontal lobe memory, planning, decision making, goal setting, creativity, muscular movements. Broca's areas production of the speech. Wernicke's area comprehends speech. Behaviorism. Connectionism, but Edward Thorndike with trial and error, law of exercise, and law of effect. Classical condition is the dog of Ivan Petrovich Pavlov with unconditioned stimulus, unconditioned response, conditioned stimulus, and conditioned response, with extinction, spontaneous recovery, generalization, and discrimination. Operant conditioning is reinforcement and punishment by Boris Frederick Skinner. Social cognitive theory of Albert Bandura with inactive and vicarious learning, self-efficacy with the three cases of self-regulations, which are self-observation, self-judgment, and self-reaction, and the reciprocal causation model with environmental, behavioral, and personal factors. Environmental have model, instructive, and feedback. Behavioral have self-efficacy, observation, and imitation, and personal have attitudes, values, personality, emotions, motivations, interests, expectation. Social cognitive theory is so goal-directed. Modeling is learning by observing others. The three cases are response facilitation, as the birthday song, inhibition, and if it's cancelled, don't do it, and disinhibition is not cancelled, do it. And observational learning with attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. Everything is influenced by developmental status, prestige and competence, and vicarious consequences to models. Cognitive learning is accumulation of knowledge throughout the life with studies, senses, thoughts, experience, and more. It has explicit and implicit learning. Jerome Seymour Brunner have the modes of representation with inactive stage by 0 to 3, iconic or image stage from 3 to 6, and symbolic stage from 7 and more. Discovery learning, the teacher just wipe. Here we have David Kolb and the learning cycle. Jean Piaget and cognitive developmental theory have the sensory motor stage from 0 to 2, pre-operational state from 2 to 7, concrete operational from 7 to 11, and formal operational stage from 12. Sociocultural learning of Lev Vygotsky is learning through social interactions. The sum of proximal development is the difference between that we can do alone and what we can do with help. Scaffolding is the help of the teacher in the way to be independent. Gamification is put things of games in class to teach, with 4 types: structural gamification, content gamification, digital gamification, and analog gamification, with Nick Bellin, Carl M. Hub, and James Paul Gee. So is the social and emotional learning. CASEL is collaborative for academic, social, and emotional learning with Daniel Coleman, Roger Weisberg. The castle will have self-awareness, self-management, and responsible decision making. Humanist Learning by Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers, pyramid with down to up, with physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging, esteem and self-actualization. It has congruence and incongruence is related to the ideal and perceived. Congruence and incongruence is related to the ideal and perceived. It have unconditional positive reward, like the parents, and conditions of worth. The seven intelligences of Howard Gardner are linguistic, logical mathematical, spatial, bodily or kinesthetic, musical intelligence, naturalistic, interpersonal, and intrapersonal.